Welcome to Sports Talk. Let's let the talk begin. We're going to talk about the NBA Finals, but first, I want to talk about the LeBron James incident. People like to call it. All right, so this is my opinion about it. The only thing that I really care about is him not congratulating the Magics. That's a little bit of problem there. Now, that being said, everything else I don't care about, and you shouldn't care about either. Him not showing up at the post game news conference or talking to reporters, it's not that big of a deal. And when people are bashing him because he didn't do it, maybe you should look at it from LeBron James' point of view. He's put up one of the greatest series of all time. He did everything but fly for his team, and they lose because he had no supporting cast to help him get there. He ended with the best record in the league. He was poised to get to the NBA Finals. That's what he wanted to do, and his supporting cast left him out to dry. Now, to go into a news conference and talk to reporters who are going to ask you dumbass questions like, LeBron, how do you feel? LeBron, is there anything else you could have done? LeBron, so what does this team need going into the offseason? LeBron, what did they do that was so that you couldn't stop them? How do you feel about Dwight Howard? Like dumbass questions that he don't want to be there because his team just his finals hopes just went out the window and it wasn't his fault. Didn't want to answer them questions, and I don't blame him. So you shouldn't blame him either. He's going to give you an interview in like 2 3 days, and the world will go back to loving him. But for now, just let it go. He was upset. You have the right to be upset. Okay. Now let's get to the NBA Finals. Last night I did a video, and I was going to put it up, but after watching it while I was getting ready to edit it, started listening to it and watching it, and I did that video as a Laker fan because Charles Barkley picked Orlando at 7. I was upset at Charles Barkley's pick. Like I wasn't upset, I just didn't agree with his pick. So I did the video and look, I was doing it as a Laker fan. So I didn't put it up because I don't want to put up any biased videos. I want to always be neutral. All right, especially as an aspiring analyst and broadcaster, you got to be neutral. So I didn't put the video up because I want to be neutral. Okay. With that being said, I still picked the Lakers in 6. And this is why I picked the Lakers in 6. Now, it's not ignoring the fact that Orlando swept the season series with the Lakers. It's actually taking that into consideration. And that's the big reason why I think it's going to go 6 for the Lakers. Because in the season series that the Orlando Magic swept, their biggest player, okay, the player that beat the Lakers basically in the fourth quarter was Jameer Nelson. Jameer Nelson averaged 27 points, I believe. He had 55 total points in 2 games, which they beat the Lakers by 3 the first game, 6 the second. Jameer Nelson was their key player, and he hit their key shots in the fourth quarter in the final moments to win that game for the Magic. Hit free throws, 3 pointers, everything imaginable he did for that team in the fourth quarter. Now, he's not there. Yes, there's reports that he might play. They're like he's gonna get an MRI and consult the doctors. I read that last night. But even if he does play, he won't be in shape. He hasn't shot a ball probably you don't know how long. So Jameer Nelson factor is not there. They got to rely on Rayford Alston, who was not Jameer Nelson. He will not do the things Jameer Nelson did. Therefore, what happened during the regular season in the fourth quarter with point guard play and Derek Fisher not being able to keep up with Jameer Nelson, it's not going to happen this series. Okay? That's point one why I think the Lakers will win in 6. Second, if this really comes down to Dwight Howard and free throws. In the regular season, Phil Jackson stuck with fouling Dwight Howard. He put Dwight Howard on the line 15 the first game, 16 the second game. He's going to make Dwight Howard prove he can make free throws in the finals. Okay? Now, if Dwight Howard makes them, Phil Jackson will live with it. He would rather have Dwight Howard beat him from the free throw line to getting free dunks. And now we actually have more bodies to foul because Bynum is not playing well anyway. So losing Bynum, Lakers have played without Bynum all playoffs long basically. So losing Bynum is not a big blow to them in this series. Now, thing is, Pau Gasol cannot stay in foul trouble. And what Pau Gasol can do, Big Z couldn't. Pau Gasol is a much potent scorer than Big Z. He has more post moves, and he has a more consistent, I would probably say a more consistent jumper, because Big Z has a nice jumper as well. But he has a jumper that can pull Dwight Howard out, that will actually make him play defense outside of the paint. If Dwight Howard has to guard Pau Gasol, which he will have to, because they will play Pau and Lamar Odom together. Now, another reason why I think Lakers will win in 6. Lakers have more people that can guard Rashard Lewis and Hedo Turkoglu. Cleveland didn't. They're a bunch of point guards, shooting guards, and small forwards, and then they have 3 centers. They didn't play a power forward. If you look at it, they play Ben Wallace, Big Z, and Varejao. Those are all 3 centers. Yes, they played at the power forward position, but they're 3 centers. Okay? And the next is small forwards and shooting guards. Pavlovich, Zerbiak, West, Boobie Gibson, Mo Will. They had LeBron, but LeBron couldn't guard Rashard and Hedo at the same time. That was the biggest thing. And even then, also, bench play. Lakers have a deeper bench. The Orlando Magic prove they have a bench, but their bench comes in points from Mikael Pietrus. That's their points off the bench. J.J. Redick might get some run this series. He didn't get any last, really, but he might get run this series. So J.J. Redick can score off the bench as well. But Mikael Pietrus, J.J. Redick then, and Anthony Johnson, that's their 3 bench players. Lakers bench. They have Lamar Odom. That's 20 points already. That negates what Mikael Pietrus has been doing. Then you have Sasha, who actually looked like he woke up the last game. You have Jordan Farmer, Luke Walton, Shannon Brown. Lakers have a 10-man rotation that they can throw in at any given game. That's going to prove big in the finals. You don't know how the Magic will react to being in the finals, because in recent history, teams where all their players are new to the finals lose the first game. Now, everybody knows Phil Jackson's record for winning his first game. He's like 43-0 after winning game 1. So, that's another reason why I got Lakers in 6. I haven't even talked about the Kobe Bryant factor. Kobe Bryant is 4 games away from winning another final without Shaq. 4 games away. That's it. Now, you've seen what LeBron did to Mikael Pietrus guarding him. You don't think Kobe Bryant can do the same? Now, Lakers in 6. I believe I gave you enough information in this 10-minute time slot I got from YouTube. If not, send me a question. I'll probably even do another video. It's NBA Finals. I can talk all day. And if it seemed biased, I'm sorry. But I think it was neutral. And I'm going to break it to make it even more neutral. This is how Orlando could win. If Orlando shoots 41% from the three-pointer, if they don't miss threes like they did in the Cavs series and like they did in the regular season against the Lakers, they will beat the Lakers. Because you live and die by a 3. When Orlando threes get going, they don't stop. But they have to do that 4 times. Can they put in 4 games where they're clicking on all cylinders from the 3? Dwight Howard has to make his free throws for Orlando to win. Okay? So Orlando's going to win. Those things have to happen. Their 3 balls have to fall, and Dwight Howard has to be a menace. Alright? Y'all do a good job? I don't know. True Sports Talk.
And I'm peerless, that means I'm eyeless, which means I'm tearless, which means my iris resides where my ears is.